Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Holistic Healing and Wellness. Hello, family. Hello and welcome. Yes, today we are talking about enemas. Enemas. We're talking about enemas and specifically coffee enemas, but we will talk about different other enemas that are available for us to use, okay, to cleanse our bodies. How you all doing today? Hope everyone is doing well. So glad to see you all. Please say hi when you come into the room. Okay? Speak to me, please. And let me know where you all are hailing from. Thank you. Y'all, it's been something else. Now, it started off a really nice day. Sunshine and everything. Now it's raining. This weather has a mind of its own, right? It does what Mother Nature does what she wants to do. Like it's not really about us. So we report on what we think Mother Nature is going to do, how she's going to show up the day before, the week of. And she's like, I fooled you. I'm run this. What can you say? Right? Let me know when you all are in the room. Let me know. Say hello. Hello, family. Hello, baby. Good to see you. Okay. Come on, you all. We're going to wait a little while until you all start filling the room up. Okay? I hope everyone can hear me okay. Castellano, how is my volume, hon? Let me know how my volume is. Y'all, we're going to get into some stuff today. We're going to talk about some good things. Okay. Jamia, can you pass me my phone? I don't want to get off the camera. Please. It's right there. Thank you. Thank you so much. Should Eli be out here still, or you think he's going to cause any issues? Okay. Hello, family. Come on in. Max Gerson. What's his name? Hello. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to Holistic Healing and Wellness, or Holistic Healing using herbs and spices. All right, loves. I'm so excited today coming to you all to talk about enemas. Let me know you all are here, okay? Because I don't know if you all are here unless you show up and you say so. I need to know that you all are here. Please speak to me. Thank you. We got a few people in the room right now, which is awesome. Write down just a few notes until we get more people in. When you come in, just let me know where you're hailing from, okay? Thank you. Appreciate you all. Y'all, it's already April. Can you believe it? April. That's crazy. April. And in a minute, it's going to be in the middle of the year. Okay? And we are slowly approaching that. All right, Ronnie. Welcome from Texas. Okay. Nice to have you here, Miss Worlds. Nice to have you here. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Come on, we're gonna start talking about it in a minute. We got to get to it because it's a lot of information I got to give you. We got an hour and a half to do it, and that time flies by really fast. Let me know where you're hailing from. Okay. Y'all, this is going to be exciting today because people are going to be healed today from the information I'm going to give them. It's going to be major. It's life-changing, this information, okay? And I'm happy to share it. Hello, my friend, Lynette. Hello, I hope you have been doing well. And by your posts and stuff, it seems like you're doing pretty good. Sister, I just been working and working and working, like the 9 to 5 work. So times are different today, okay? Yeah, we gotta talk. We gotta catch up. It's been a lot, but it's all good, okay? Thank you for being here, Lynette. I appreciate you. My man, he's always here supporting me. Appreciate you, Catalano. You know that. You know that. All right, y'all. I see y'all coming in the room. Thank you. Lord, this is gonna be. So hopefully this ain't gonna be a problem. It's a little tight on my head. Y'all, I'm so excited to talk about this information about doggone enemas. Y'all, we have forgotten about the old ways of how enemas can help us, okay? Your grandma, they was probably telling your mom and dad, go ahead and clean yourself out. Y'all all remember, and I'm going to show this a couple of times during this video, or this live. I know y'all remember this bag hanging up in y'all parents' shower in the bathroom, right? Hanging from that shower head. Stop playing. Y'all remember this bag. This red bag, right? That had the long tube connected to it. Yeah, I remember my parents had it. Okay, and for the longest, I did not know what that bag was until I did, but I thought more or less just a warm, warm heating pad. I didn't think of it nowhere, nothing else. I didn't think that you could do any dushing from here or, enemas. Okay, but yeah, y'all, y'all remember this bag? Yes, sis, absolutely. This bag is real. This bag does some good stuff though, and we have come away from it. How many of y'all got a bag like this sitting in your bathroom right now? Hanging above your shower, hanging somewhere in your bathroom, in your bathtub somewhere. Y'all need to. You need to go right to the store, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Costco's. Go get you an enema bag. This does some great things for your body, and we have forgotten what it does. And for those who don't know, you about to learn today, okay? This is life changing, y'all. Enemas. You got the long tube that you use, and I'm showing you how to use it, what to do, how to go about it for those who have never done an enema and are curious as to how you can do it yourself. And we've been told, take this medication and this will help clean you out. And I'm not saying it won't help clean you out. And sometimes they'll have you come in, and as an x-ray tech, we used to do fluoroscopies. Basically, we're looking into the intestines of people who are having problems, eliminating, distended bellies that hurt, they can't poo for whatever reason. And so they'll be asked to come in, and we do it for them. I've done enemas in my job. Okay, I've done enemas. And I'm just thinking, for the life of me, baby, you can save yourself the embarrassment. And I'm saying embarrassment because some people are probably not so embarrassed, but you can do all this in the comfort. And when I say comfort of your own home, the comfort, make it comfortable. Okay, we'll get into all that later. But y'all don't have to go to the doctor to get an enema to get cleaned out. No, you don't. You can do it right at your home. And you talking about problems with high blood sugar, these enemas is going to reduce it. You talking about problems, skin problems, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea. I mean, you got, just you sometimes maybe get, rashes or out of the blue for whatever reason. Maybe it's something you ate or maybe it's just your body, reacting. This right here, these enemas, is going to clear up your illnesses, your diseases, and it's going to have you living better. Lupus, all these autoimmune diseases, y'all, this enemas are going to help to either reverse it or to reduce the occurrences of such said diseases or illnesses, okay? And I want to say cure, heal, but we on Facebook and I got to be careful because I am not a doctor, but I know that they can reverse, enemas can reverse illnesses and diseases and things that you're struggling with today. I know it can, okay? Because I've experienced it myself, all right? And I've talked to other people and I've done my study on what's been done. So let's just talk real quick while people are still coming in. Welcome for those who are coming in. Please let me know where you're hailing from so I can say, hey to you, and just know where people who are coming in. Hey, Brenda. Hello, Miss Coffee. Good afternoon to you, sweetie. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. So Max Gerson was a physician back in the day, like in the 1920s, 1930s, y'all. And he was into a lot of, holistic, homeopathic things when it came to healing his patients. Okay, he wasn't the typical doctor who wanted to go and prescribe pills and things like that. And back in the day, still in the 1920s, 1930s, and 1900s, they were still kind of in the culture of going out there and using herbs and different spices, and even traveling to different countries to garner information as to what different tribes and stuff use to keep themselves healthy. The longevity of maybe a certain area was interesting to some people, so they would travel there to find the secrets of how's that people are not as sick over here, how y'all living so long and healthy. Okay, because it's one thing to live a long life, but your quality of life is what you want to sustain. Like that needs to be like optimal, right? So not just living life, but the quality of life is good. You're able to move around on your own. You don't have to have anybody there or a whole team there waiting to take you to the bathroom and wipe you and then wash you, and you gotta you gotta have people around you to do the basic things that we now just we do on our own, but sometimes we take for granted. Okay, so quality of life over quantity of the years that we've lived. I would rather have quality of life, and if that means my life is shorter, I'm not trying to die today, but at the time that my life has expired, the quality of my life was good, then I would rather that the Most High take me at my best in that way, not taking me when I'm really dependent on family and friends and significant others to do some of the basic things that I can do on my own. Now they have to do it. Okay. All right, y'all. So we're like 14 minutes in. I'm still just waiting for a few to come in and say hello. But I can't wait too much longer because I know you all are just waiting for me to get this information out. I just don't want to do too much, kind of saying the same thing over and over again. But at the end of the day, y'all, this is recorded and this is going to be on my Facebook page, so you can go back and listen to it if you would like. Okay, please right now, if you can, y'all tell your friends, invite your friends, your family, siblings, mom, dad, grandparents to come and listen to this live. And give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions while on the live, right now, then please do put the questions in. And if I answer it, I will. If I don't know, then I'll shoot you the answer to that question later on when I have the answer for you, okay? Again, I'm stating that I'm not a physician. I'm actually X-ray tech by my schooling. I'm licensed. And so that's what I've done. I have been a medic in the military. I was in the Air Force for 8 years. Um, and at the end of the day, I love people. I want to see people whole. I want to see people healthy. And I want to see them whole and healthy in a more holistic, a more natural way, a more organic way, which means that, let's start juicing more. Let's start eating more, fruits and vegetables. Let's go into our gardens or make gardens that have spices and herbs and things that we can use to heal ourselves. And so that's what I'm all about. Pharmaceuticals, they do play a role in today's society, but we're inundated so much with pharmaceuticals and the doctors prescribing things to us that have horrible side effects most of the time. Whereas if you go to the holistic side of things, you using your herbs and spices and roots and leaves and things like that out in nature, they don't rarely do they have side effects. And of course, anything consumed too much, taken too much of, is going to hurt you. That's including the good stuff. Okay, so so some could argue, well, too much of ginger is not good for you. Well, it depends on how you using ginger. Yeah, it could be, but 9 times out of 10, there's little or no harm to or side effects when it comes to you using things that nature purely has made out there and has not been modified in the way that the drug administration the pharmaceutical company, pharmaceutical company has done. Okay, because they take things from nature. They do. They take ginger, they take peppermint for this and that, and put it in the things that they have manufactured in the lab. But it's not to its purest point or degree to where you can use it and get the outcome that you would normally get if you just use that entirely by itself, minus what they've come up with in the lab. Okay, if you use that pure peppermint, that ginger, that turmeric, what it can do for you by itself instead of just taking the extract or a little bit of it and putting it into something that they want us to buy and they're selling and making billions off of. Okay, is all I'm saying. Y'all hold on for 1 minute. I'm hot. I gotta turn the fan. I don't have nobody here. Turn the fan on for me. I apologize, y'all. Sorry, I should have probably had that on before. Okay, so we're gonna start. Okay, so Max Gerson, I talked about him just a little briefly. He basically started the Gerson Institute, and they would say he's the father of like holistic, healing, because he started way back in the day with just incorporating a lot of herbal remedies, and one of the things that he did was enemas. Okay, specifically coffee enemas. Now there are different types of enemas that you can use for your body, but he basically had a lot of clients who had varying disorders and diseases, but he had quite a few that had cancer. And back in the day, radiation therapy was, they probably were still experimenting with it. Okay, it wasn't as prevalent as it is like now. So even if that was probably on the table and was like what the going thing was for cancer, like it is now, radiation or chemotherapy, Max Gerson was not going to use that, okay, because he already knew the harmful effects, at least a little bit at that time, if it was even around. So basically, he developed a Gerson therapy, and people were coming across the nation to see this man because he was so good at what he was doing, and he healed a lot of people and kept them living for years after being diagnosed with cancer. Okay, and what he would do is he would have them to do a coffee enema, you all, for like 5 and 6 times a day. Okay, and maybe this would go on for a couple of months. Okay, until their symptoms were reduced, and then going back to the doctor, eventually they did not have cancer. Okay, so he had his own system put together holistically using just herbs, spices, and even juicing. Okay, y'all. So y'all looking, juicing has been going on for so many years. Okay, it's not just something recent. It's not a fad. It's really a lifestyle. And he used that, and he would put that into the almost like the uh, a personalized kind of like regimen, a routine for persons who had certain illnesses. Like he had what exercises they're going to do if they could do exercises, and then what they need to do almost to the hour, from waking to going to bed. That meant enemas. If it meant making juices using cruciferous vegetables. um, he had it all set, and people were being cured. Okay, they were being healed of their illnesses. So he was very famous for that, and his theories and his institute lives on. Okay, that's how good and well this man had established what he was doing, and his family lives through him today, doing and it's basically spreading the news and putting certain things out there to help people to understand that you don't need to have to, unless last resort, obviously, to go to the doctor for your health and your care. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. So let's talk about what exactly is an enema, right? Some people don't know what is an enema. Yes, a protocol is definitely necessary, Lynette. Yeah, and juicing, yeah, it works. Um, I was talking to this man, and he was needing my help. A friend requested or referred him to me, because I do personal consultations. You all, this link should be on the side where you comment. I think if you could see it, it should be on there for those who are struggling with trying to, manage their, your disease or your ailment. I do personal consultations. Here's my link here. And if you have any problems, then hit me up on Messenger on this page, okay? Appreciate you. So an enema, okay, so let's go back to juicing real quick, because my friend just said that juicing is basically, is what, has worked for her. And it's worked for many people who actually do it, okay? But he had, what he has diabetes, okay? And he was saying that he was told to do, drink beet juice and ginger juice. And he gonna tell me that it did not work. I said, well, how long were you, how long did you do this for? A month. You all. Now, y'all know good and well, for a lot of us that have illnesses or pre-existing diseases right now, it's taking years for those things to happen, right? So I'm not saying that it's going to take years once you start, the holistic approach to how you're dealing with your sickness or illness. I'm not saying necessarily that it's going to take years for you to be healed or cured from that. But it should, if you are serious about your health and you decide I'm going to reduce, these sweets, I'm seeing these processed sugars, reduce the carbohydrates, because really it's the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates turn into sugar. So if you're constantly eating breads and pastas and breads, pastas, and things like that, potatoes and stuff like that, then a lot of that, because I'm not saying don't eat that, because we need carbohydrates, but I'm saying if that's your diet like 5-6 times a week, that's a lot. You don't want to eat sandwiches every day, okay? Because that bread is going to turn into sugar, and depending on what meats you have in there, it might not be good. But if you have a balance, so say for instance you have a sandwich every day, but you have a smoothie with it, you got some ginger juice, you're offsetting it later on with, salad. I mean, it depends. So let me not just say you shouldn't have a sandwich every day, because that could be debated. But I'm just saying you got to be careful with your diet. So if you are sick and you have diabetes, you have lupus, high blood pressure, you have, something going on with your heart, whatever the case may be that you're taking medications for. Most of the time we got here, it's not been an acute thing, which is a short period of time in which something has developed, but it's been chronic, okay? Long periods of time that you've been building to now have this actual disease that they now say you have. Okay, so baby steps. It's not going to, a month of juicing is going to benefit your body, but you might not see a super major turnaround of that disease in that month, but some might. It depends also on your mindset. When you start deciding that you want to turn your life around and you say, I'm going to start juicing more, you might not start juicing every day. Okay. Again, baby steps. You juice maybe 2 or 3 times a week, then you will see benefits. If you are genuine and, making a purported effort to do this thing, then you will see benefits. But also your mindset plays a part in it as well. If you feel like, somebody's just telling you to do something and you're doing it, and it's like, but I don't think it's going to work, then guess what? It's not going to work. You didn't told yourself it's not going to work. This is what you believe. You believe that it's not going to work. So it won't work. Okay? And you're going to find yourself like, this ain't working for me. I'm drinking this juice. I don't believe that you can drink any green juice, brown juice, red juice from any fruits and berries for a whole month and your situation doesn't budge. You don't see no significant nothing. It's just like nothing's happening. I don't believe that. So what I'm saying to you is the mindset. Okay? So with this, take into consideration the enema is something that, yes, gradually as you continue to do it and clean your body out, and I'll tell you why you're going to have this transformation in your body once you start doing these enemas. Okay? But first of all, I got kind of sidetracked because I was talking to my sister. She said, I know juicing have worked for me, and it does work. Okay? But also if you do it with basically some of these things I'm talking about as well, this enema, you will see drastic results in your health for those who are struggling in whatever is your ailment. Okay, so an enema is basically an insertion of liquid directly into the rectum. Okay, and it helps to facilitate the release of poop or feces, and that's really the gist of what an enema is. Okay, and the benefits again are just wildly crazy, y'all. Just wildly crazy, and I'm so happy to basically get into it. So we have different types of enemas, okay, that we use today. So you have the coffee enema, which is beautiful, and has just done some major things in my life and others that I know. You have just the saline enema, which is just salt water, and that's a lot of times what they'll do and give you in the hospital. You have the apple cider vinegar enema, and then you have the soapy water enema. Okay, and what you all need to know is that usually, if you've never done an enema before, and if you've done it before, for the ones who have done enemas before, that there is a bit of cramping, right? Because what's happening is the fluid that's being introduced into that space, your rectum, into your lower intestines or your small intestines, is making its way up into your intestines, and it's kind of disrupted a little bit. So you got feces in there, you got stuff that's lining the walls. That warm water, because it should be warm, not hot, that warm water is breaking things apart, releasing, and the stuff that's already in there that is due to come out, it's just making your lining of the uterus, the lining of your intestines, the small intestines, is going to be a little agitated, but not in a bad way, and it's in a good way. So the peristalsis is what that movement is that moves the feces down and eventually out of your anus. That where with this water or with the liquid entering into your anus is what's going to start those contractions, okay? And they're good contractions, okay? And so that's why you'll have maybe some cramping in it when you're doing the enema. But you can use chamomile tea to reduce the cramping, okay? Because that chamomile tea is just going to reduce those spasms in there, okay? Reduce it, and for some, just totally eliminate it, so they won't be as harsh or won't be so as uncomfortable, okay? Good day to you, honey. We got Hunt Melita. Okay, I hope I said that right. Good day to you and welcome, and thank you for being with me. I appreciate you. Um, so there's certain teas that you can add to your enemas that will help soothe, and chamomile is one of the major ones that will help soothe those muscles while this is in you, and while this is getting all that gunk out. And when you release, I promise you, you're going to be a different person. Okay, so how do you know that you need an enema? Okay, how do you know that? Well, if you have, again, problems with your skin, so rosacea, eczema, um, you have, you can constantly break out, or occasionally, maybe too much breaking out with any type of rash or any type of itchiness on your face, your nose, anywhere in your body, your feet. Yes, you need this. Okay, that means that your system definitely needs to be cleaned out. Okay. If you are constantly finding that you're fatigued, you're tired, like, man, I'm exhausted, I can't seem to catch a break. I mean, if I sit down, I'm dozing off, I'm just extremely tired. And it's one thing if you're working, okay, if you're working, but you know yourself, how much, if you're working the 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, wherever you may work in, or less, and you can't sit down, knowing that you got proper sleep the night before, but you can't sit down without dozing off, or and maybe not that, maybe that's not a good example, but you know your body. So if you know that you got proper sleep, and it's not that you're tired, like, I'm tired because I didn't get proper sleep, or I'm tired because I worked, but I feel like this all the time, even waking up. You wake up from your sleep knowing you had maybe a good 7, 8, 9 hours, maybe 10 for some, but you still feel tired, lethargic. There's something wrong. Something's not right with your system, okay? If you find yourself constantly bloated, okay, you can't seem to lose this bloat. Your belly's always distended. There's something wrong with that. If your belly hurts often, something wrong with that. That's not cool, and that's not how you should constantly be. You should not be in a constant state of bloatedness, and you definitely should not have your stomach hurting every day or often. Okay, so again, how do you know you need an enema? Poor sleep. You can't sleep soundly through the night. You have insomnia and all kind of other issues. I'm not talking about when you go to bed sometimes and your brain just keeps going. We can kind of woosah that down, meditation, prayer, or whatever the case may be, and just kind of calm our bodies down. And don't look at TV either. If you have a problem with sleeping, don't watch TV an hour to an hour and a half before it's time for you to go to bed. Just kind of do a warm, or how does, not a warm up, but a kind of like a countdown, if you will. I don't know, I'm probably saying it wrong. Basically, for you to just kind of calm your body down before it's time to go to bed, okay? Because watching TV and then going to bed afterwards, that could be affecting your sleep, because maybe you're thinking about what you just watched. Now, if you're watching anything meditative, anything spiritual, then, hey, that's not so bad. But, you got to watch what you're watching before you go to bed, because that'll probably be more soaked into your subconscious, and now you can't sleep or having a good sleep. But at the end of the day, you're constantly having bad, sleeping experiences. You don't sleep well. That's not good. Headaches. If you constantly find that have headaches all the time and often, that's not good. Weight gain. You're gaining weight. Don't know why. Don't know how. Because maybe you're eating well. Maybe you're doing salads. And I'm not saying salads like people should just be eating salads all the time. I don't believe in that either. But you're eating healthy, I should say, and you still find yourself gaining weight. You're not losing weight. Inability to digest fats or proteins is another telltale sign as to why you need an enema. And you're not having at least one bowel movement. Y'all, that is crazy. You have to have at least one bowel movement a day. If you have multiple bowel movements, even better. Okay, but if you ain't having one a day, yeah, your system needs rebooting. Your liver needs to be filtered out and cleaned out so that it can run efficiently. And if you're not doing that, at least, you're not going to the bathroom at least once a day, like feces, like, boo-boo, excuse me, then yeah, you need an enema. If you're nauseous, you find yourself being nauseous all the time, itchy skin, irritated skin, no, okay, your body needs a cleaning. It needs a cleansing. Stomach pain. If you have allergic reactions to almost everything and anything, you need to have a reboot. If you have brain fog, you're talking and you can't remember. Now, we all go through that, but I'm saying like excessive, like you can't remember from 1 minute to the next, like, what you were doing. If somebody said, "What'd you have for dinner?" You're like, "Oh, you really got to think about that." You know, Now sometimes some of that can be just, we're busy, right? We got a lot of things going on. But if you find that that is common with you, then you need an enema. Constipation, definitely. If you cannot poop, you need an enema, okay? Because your lack of pooping is probably causing a lot of what I just mentioned up here: itchy skin, stomach pain, allergic reaction, breakouts. Yeah, you have to release the toxins that's in your body when you eat, and you have not gone to use the bathroom, be it when you urinate or when you defecate, and none of that is happening on a regular basis, and especially the feces part of it, you're not doing number two, baby. That stuff is creating a cesspool within your intestines, and with the feces that is due to be released out of your body, it's just sitting there. There's bacteria in that. That's why it's due to be released out of your body. And if it's just sitting there because we're not pooping anything out for whatever reason, then that's a problem, because after a while that stuff comes and it reabsorbs into our system. So no wonder you got itchy skin, no wonder you're feeling nauseous and you have an allergic reaction, brain fog, because all those bad bacteria and stuff that's soon to be released out of your system is just sitting there and sitting there and sitting there, and it's not going nowhere. It's going to be reabsorbed back into the bloodstream and back into your body. Okay, so that's why we have to really get our liver together, which is really the main thing for why you want to do these enemas. Okay, so just for a few notes on why, and for those who are constipated, a lot of reasons why you can be constipated is too because maybe you're eating too few fibers. You need to make sure that you hike up the fibers in your diet. Okay, kiwi is a very fibrous fruit. Okay, oats, grains, and things like that is really fibrous. Those are good for you. Okay, and you need to eat those in order to help to flush the stuff out of your system. Okay, and to help with reducing the times where that you're constipated. Okay, drinking water. Some people don't drink water. It doesn't taste good. I don't know. Water doesn't taste like anything until it does, if that makes sense. I've tasted water that tastes like eggs. Gross. I've tasted well water. Gross. So, but most of the time, when you have a decent filtration system in your town, your city, there's no taste to the water. And we like to flavor it up, but make sure you're flavoring up with things that don't have artificial flavors and sugars in it either. Okay, because that's no good. But for those who need to flavor it up, okay, but you need to drink water. You need to drink water. Water is very vital. You need to be drinking water, and you need to be juicing, because in your juicing with the fruits and vegetables, it gives you all the nutrients that you need in their juices that they have, that they're expelling as you blend, crush, juice. Okay, being too sedentary, you're not moving, so that can also be a cause of constipation. Okay, you're just sitting around and you're not getting up. That's no good, y'all. That's a lot of cause of why too. We have high blood pressure, diabetes, problems with our heart and things like that, because we're too sedentary. We're not getting up and moving a little bit. You have to know that if you're not moving and you're constantly doing everything that you do in life, which is, you wake up in the morning, you eat breakfast, you're watching TV, you're doing your daily stuff, and you're getting up maybe to do the very minimal, but you're not getting up to move, and we're still steady eating. If we're not fasting, then we're constantly eating meals a day, but you're not moving. That's not a good combination. You have to move, and movement helps to move that stuff out of your system as well. So if you're sitting stagnant, sedentary, that stuff in you is going to sit stagnant and sedentary as well. It's not moving nowhere. If you ain't drinking, it ain't going nowhere. It's just cleaning your system out, and it's just going to pile and pile and pile until something happens to say, hey, y'all get rid of, we need to get out of here. We're not here to just be sitting in your body. Okay, so your intestinal flora is major. So basically, intestinal flora is the normal bacteria that is supposed to be in your gut. So a lot of times that can be disrupted. So the normal flora that's usually in your gut that's good can be tainted if we have feces just sitting in our intestines that is not being moved out. So now our good flora, our normal flora, is being interrupted and being inundated with bad bacteria fighting for, because now we're fighting, the good flora is fighting for space because this bad flora is trying to take over because it's not being released out of our body, period. Okay, so we have to be very cognizant of the fact that if we're eating and we're not moving, then that's a good combination for constipation. Okay. Okay. Why coffee enemas? Well, coffee enemas target the liver. Okay, they target the liver through the hepatic portal vein to stimulate the gallbladder to contract to flush out the bowel. And the bowel has all the bad stuff when it's flushed out that it has gotten from our body. Okay, and so we really need to do these enemas because the liver is what is the major filter of our bodies. Okay, it filters our blood. Okay, so again, coffee enemas target the liver through the hepatic portal vein to stimulate gallbladder contractions to flush bowel out. Okay, and what it does, it raises our glutathione levels and boosts glutathione levels. Basically, what glutathione is a major antioxidant, and what it does is it goes into our cells. It's like an intracellular detoxification, and it makes sure that our cells are kept clean. Okay, and glutathione is a major supplement out here in the real world. Like, our body makes it, but they also make it artificially out, the pills that you can take for what I just said it does for our bodies, and make sure that the inner structure of our cells are not messed up and are kept clean. Okay, it's an antioxidant, and so therefore it is really, really good for our systems. Okay, and just a little more on glutathione. It's a master antioxidant. Okay, and also a master detoxifier. Glutathione prevents damage to, like I said, our cells. Okay, important cellular components caused by free radicals. So we have things going on within our cells from free radicals, which can cause cancer. Also lipid peroxides and peroxides itself, and I'm not talking about oxygen, hydrogen peroxide. Okay, we're talking about the bad peroxides that our body produces, and reactive oxygen species and heavy metals that can come and inundate our cells. Then this glutathione really helps to keep the cells clean and to not allow those free radicals and heavy metals and such to inundate and crowd our space in our cells. Okay, and that's powerful because in our cells we have mitochondria, right? Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cells. So in the glutathione, making sure that our cellular components are kept clean from free radicals, heavy metals, and such, then it helps to also, they're helping to make sure that the engine of our cells is running well and efficient so that our cells are healthier. Okay, and we have energy. The mitochondria produces the energy, for our cells. So they work together, and that's why glutathione is a master antioxidant and detoxifier, because we need to keep our cells clean. Okay, to the very smallest components, we need our cells to be kept clean, right? Okay, so again, y'all, the glutathione is very important, and we're going to keep going on to why it is again that we need coffee enemas. The liver, the gallbladder, and the common bile duct can become full of sludge. Okay, and that's just from, again, high toxin loads in our bodies, from the environment, from what we eat, from the water we drink sometimes as well, because unless it's filtered, we have all kind of things coming in from the water. As much as they like to say they filter, it's not filtered to the point where it really is leaving out a fluoride, which is really not good for you, and other things that kind of not superly screened out of our drinking water. But if we have high sugar diets, those are things that can build up sludge in our gallbladder, our liver, and our common bowel ducts. And I'll show you a diagram that I drew, don't laugh at me, that helps put it all together, because you're like, okay, I haven't heard these words since I was in high school or even maybe elementary school as far as the body parts. But I'll show you so y'all can better understand. Matter of fact, let me show you now. So when we're talking about the liver, okay, don't laugh, y'all. I drew these. Okay, so obviously this is the liver. Can y'all see what I'm doing here? This is the liver, right? Oops. This is the liver. Okay, so this is the major detoxifier of our bodies. Okay, and the gallbladder is right here. This is the gallbladder, and this is there's a common bile duct that's connected to the liver. Okay, and that's also connected to our stomach and to the small intestines. Okay, so this is the stomach, this is the liver. Okay, and this is the gallbladder. Okay, all right, so they all work together. So when you hear me talking about them, then understand they all work in tandem. Okay, so sludge can build up in these three organs. Okay, because of high toxin loads, high sugar diets, mold, okay, parasites, Lyme from Lyme disease, and bad fats. Okay, so these things can be clogged up. So again, this is why we need coffee enemas. Okay, so let's keep going. Coffee enemas. Why coffee enemas? So the enteric nervous system, which is the ENS, also known as intrinsic nervous system, is part of the peripheral nervous system, PNS, that controls the gastrointestinal tract, that is activated when we do our enemas. Okay, so that's very important. So if that is clogged up, if that has sludge in it, if it's not running well, the ENS, the PNS, and the intrinsic nervous system, our systems are not going to be running efficiently, because these ducts, these organs are clogged up in the pathways that lead into the liver, the pancreas, the gallbladder, and our stomach and our intestines. So we want to be very cognizant of that. All of these work together, again, in tandem, and if one is not working well, then all of them are not working well, or two are working too hard. Okay, they're working harder than the other, and so that's going to eventually cause problems. All right, and we don't want any problems, not with our intestines. We don't want any problems with our intestines. We don't want any problems with our liver. We have fatty liver disease out here, and that's very prevalent. And it's not only for people, because when you think of that, oh, liver, no, it's not just for alcoholics. There is a non-liver disease, or fat, non-liver, how they say it, non-alcoholic liver fat, and I might be saying it all wrong, but basically there's fat that can accumulate on our liver that has nothing to do with drinking alcohol at all. Most alcoholics have fatty livers. But on the flip side, if you're not a drinker, or if you drink just socially, occasionally, you might have a fatty liver because of your diet, because of your lifestyle. Okay? Not because you're drinking. Has nothing to do with your drinking. Okay, so let's start with about the liver. So why is the liver so important when we're talking about enemas? The liver is so important because first of all, let's start with the anatomy of where the liver is. Okay, so the liver resides underneath the rib cage in the upper right abdomen of your body. Okay, or the upper right quadrant of your body. Okay, and it is one of the biggest organs. It weighs about 3 to 3.5 pounds. It's kind of a reddish, yellowish, or reddish, kind of brownish color, and it's kind of shaped like a wedge or like a cone shape. Okay, and it consists of 4 lobes, which are made of 8 sections. Okay, now I didn't put the sections in here, but as you know, this is one of the biggest internal organs in your body. Okay, And it's very dense too. It's very heavy. Okay, if it were to be weighed, that's why it's like 3 to 3.5 pounds. That's pretty hefty. Okay. Um, so the organs of, the liver plays a major part. It plays a major part in our bodies, and that's why we really do have to keep it clean, because without it being in a good space, y'all, it's our bodies are not going to run efficiently, because again, this is the biggest organ that filters our blood. It's like the dialysis machine for those whose kidneys is failing them and their liver is failing them. Y'all, it cleans. That dialysis is basically taking the blood from your body and cleaning it. That's all it's doing. It's cleaning it and refiltering it back into our bodies. Okay. And that's why a lot of times, if you find that somebody that is like lighter complected and they're on dialysis and been on dialysis for years and they started getting a little darker, it's because we're using artificial means to clean our blood, because it wasn't meant for us to do that. But science is beautiful, and the medical, it's beautiful where they've learned how to do that, but it's not normal. So you end up getting darker because it's not really cleaned the way that our body could naturally clean it and still keep our pigment. So that darkening is kind of some of the impurities that are still left in that purified blood or that filtered blood. Okay. Hold on, I have some more notes as to what exactly the more information about what our liver is and how it's freaking spectacular. Okay. Okay, I can't find it right now. Okay, so let me just talk about more things about what the liver does. Okay, so the liver, again, is a very dense organ. Okay, let me know if y'all are understanding, hearing. Hopefully I'm not boring nobody. Will the enema help the lymph nodes of a person who had cancer? Absolutely. Yes, Eddie, and welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I'm about to get into it. So with this enema and what the liver does, it filters the blood. Okay, it filters your blood, and all the blood leaving from the stomach into the intestines pass through the liver, which removes the toxins, byproduct, and other harmful substances. Are y'all hearing me? This is the things I'm going to be talking about next is what the liver does, and again, how important it is for us to have this enemas, to do these enemas as often as we have time to do. And when we start feeling our bodies, reacting like, we start to get more acne, our skin is itching, we notice that we're having a little more yeast than normal in our bodies, or yeast infections. Y'all, I'm telling you, enemas is going to do it. In these coffee enemas specifically, because of the caffeine in the coffee enemas, in the enema or in the coffee, is going to help to really activate and boost your liver. Okay, but besides that, this is what the liver does outside of the enemas, but it's going to help it do it more efficiently when we give ourselves these coffee enemas. The liver regulates amino acids and the proliferation, basically the genesis of proteins depends on the amino acids. So the liver maintains amino acid levels in the body, and it remains there, healthy there. Okay, so the liver maintains the amino acid levels in the blood, and it remains, and as long as it's in there, it remains healthy. So that's a part of what the liver does. Okay, the liver is an amazing organ, y'all, and we underestimate it a lot of times. And for those who don't even know what it does, then understand that it's very vital to your body. Okay, it regulates blood clotting. So blood clotting coagulates are created using vitamin K, which can only be absorbed with the help of bile. Okay, and we say, okay, what is bile? Bile is kind of like a greenish brown alkaline fluid that aids in digestion. So even when we're eating, like in the small intestines, it's used that bile is excreted into the intestines to help to break down the food that we digested, and to also pull out what we need, and what we don't need is in the bile. You got some bile that's in your feces. Okay, So basically, it's a fluid that aids in digestion in the small intestines. It primarily is composed of water, and bile is produced by the liver and stored and concentrated in the gallbladder. Okay, so that's what bile is. So bile does play a major part in the breakdown of our foods, both in our stomachs and our intestines, and then mostly in our intestines too, so that it can eliminate what we don't need. Okay. The liver resists infections for us. So as part of the filtering process, the liver also removes bacteria from the bloodstream, and we need that, y'all. If we have bacteria in our bloodstream because of the lack of a good working or efficient working liver, we will be in trouble. Again, sometimes the lack of enemas, or the fact that we can release our our feces and it's backed up, this is why we do have issues, because the bacteria is going back into our that's sitting in our intestines. Okay, so the feces sitting in our intestines, if it's stayed there for too long, now the bacteria is going to be reabsorbed into our bloodstream, and so now we're double working the liver, because the liver just filtered all of the blood, and the waste of that is in our intestines mixed in with feces to be eliminated. So if we're not eliminating that in the time that we should, or we're not eliminating at all, hardly getting this feces out of our body, so we're overworking the liver. So the liver is constantly refiltering what it already filtered. That makes no sense. It's filtering it, elimination, filter, get it out the body, out of here. It should not be sitting here for it to be refiltered, filtering what it already filtered. And now we have more bacteria just sitting there in our, and that's a cause for major intestinal issues. Okay, which stem to the rest of our body. So now it becomes systemic. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? If y'all understand what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up. Okay, let me know that you hear me and I'm not just rambling. Okay, let me know that you understand what I'm saying to you. Okay, so that's again why we need these coffee enemas, and why we need to understand better what our liver does. The liver stores vitamins and minerals. The liver stores significant amount of vitamins A, D, E, K, and also B12, as well as copper and iron. Okay, so those are a nice significant amount of vitamins that the liver stores, and it stores those to help keep our bodies healthy. Okay, it does processes glucose. So glucose is this type of sugar. Okay, so the liver removes excess sugars or glucose from the bloodstream and stores it as glycogen, and when it is needed, it can also store glycogen back into sugar or glucose when it's needed. So it stores it as glycogen, and when that sugar is needed, it can turn it glycogen back into glucose. And glucose is sugar, but that sugar equals energy. Okay, hope you all understand that. Also, the liver is one of its many functions, and it has over 500 different functions, y'all. The liver's one of its functions is albumin production. It's a protein that keeps fluids in the bloodstream from leaking into surrounding tissues. Okay, it carries hormones, vitamins, and enzymes through the body. That's major. A protein that keeps fluids in the bloodstream from leaking into the surrounding tissues. Okay, so say for instance we didn't have that. We didn't have albumin production, and this is all, of course, done by the liver and produced by the liver. We didn't have that. Just think of how we could so easily just be inundated with bacteria, molds, yeast, all kind of things, because if the fluid can be allowed to leak into the bloodstream, into surrounding tissues, that's a problem. Okay, but the albumin production, it's a protection, and it keeps this is a protein that keeps fluids in the bloodstream from leaking into surrounding tissues and keeps us safe, basically. Okay, the bile production also, all these things are happening. All these things that I'm telling you about happens within the liver and what the liver does. Okay, the liver produces bile. It's a fluid, again, I just told you about, that is critical to the digestion and absorption of fats in the small intestines. Okay, So let's not sleep on what this liver can do. Okay, let's not sleep on that. Okay, so benefits of the coffee enema. Let's get into that. Okay, let's get into what the benefits of a coffee enema is, and then we're going to start getting into how to prepare for the coffee enema and what materials you need and such. Okay, so the benefits of a coffee enema basically, y'all, is it relieves constipation, detoxifies and heals the liver itself. Okay, it dispels gas and bloating, because I said, about bloating. Sometimes we're bloated because we can't release and get rid of the feces that's in our intestines. Okay, so now the gases have allowed us to be bloated, because don't think that feces is sitting there and just a clump of feces. It's as bacteria is being produced and they're multiplying, there's gases that come with that. Okay, so as they're multiplying in your gut, the byproduct is gas. Okay, and so now where can the gas go if you're not expelling it from your body, be it belching or passing gas? Okay, then it sits in your abdomen. Keep bags under eyes that we may be a sign of toxic liver. Is that true? I gotta look into that, Brother Edie. I don't know. I've heard Brother Edie said, hello, I've heard that if we keep bags under our eyes, that may be a sign of toxic liver. Is that true? So I'm going to write that down, because I'm going to look at that up and I'm going to get back with you. Okay. Toxic liver, bags under our eyes. I don't know. And I could say probably in some situations that could possibly be it. But in some, no. I think sometimes some of it could be hereditary if you didn't get enough sleep. You know what I'm saying? It could be that. If your parents had bags, it might be a hereditary thing. Then you might have bags as well. I know in my family, my dad had kind of dark rings under his eyes, and so I'm very cognizant of making sure that I keep my eyes kind of from being dark, underneath here. Okay, so I think it might be hereditary. I got it, Sister Ernestine. Hey, Ernestine, welcome back. Good to see you, sis. She said it could be, or it may be hereditary, and I think so too. I think it could be hereditary, but I think you do have a point, Eddie, that it also could be from, liver failure, liver not functioning as well as it should. Okay, so the benefits again of coffee enema, y'all, because we only got 27 minutes left before I got to get off. So, y'all, dispel. So benefits of coffee enema is the basically the dissipation of gas. Okay, when you can dispel gas and get that bloating out the way, you're gonna feel so much better, and you're not gonna feel as distended. Your stomach is not gonna hurt, because you would have released all the poop that's in your body. You're welcome, sweetie. All the poop that's in your body. Okay, via enema. It kills bacteria. It eliminates candida. Candida is yeast, and we have yeast, y'all. If we're sometimes don't have to be stressed, because sometimes I'll say a candida is associated with sugars, processed sugars we're eating. I will notice that if I've had, sometimes y'all, just maybe if I had 2 sodas or something in a week, then in between my breasts I'll get an itchy, something going on. Okay. And sometimes my hair lining, it'll get really itchy. That's from the sugar. It just has that effect on me. Now, will I ever just stop drinking soda? And I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I gotta show my little necklace. Match my earrings, right? My daughter helped me get dressed today. Okay, but yeah, y'all, I'm not gonna say don't ever drink, because that's not. But if you're drinking sodas excessively, if you're eating too many sweets excessively, come on, y'all, that's not good for you. You have to know that's gonna have some type of systemic effect on you if you're doing it quite often. And I'm a sweet lover, so after dinner, y'all, I can have a pecan pie, I can have some type of cake and ice cream. That's me all day long. But I don't do that every time, because it's not good for my system. And for me, as I'm getting older, that stuff be sticking. If I think about it, it didn't add some pounds already to me. So I'm I have to be careful. But I'm just like anybody else. I might be in holistic. I am in holistic, and I do push eating healthy. But at the same time, I am a human being. I have cravings, and I do satisfy my cravings. I just don't do it as often as I probably will like, but I don't do them as often because I do want to have a great quality of life moving forward and even now. Okay, so I digress. Okay, y'all, enemas promote weight loss. So for those who are trying to lose weight, can't lose weight, what's going on? It might be a gut issue. It might be you needed to reboot, your liver. Okay, and these coffee enemas does that and increases peristalsis. Peristalsis is the movement of the feces out of your intestines. Okay, it's that movement. It's that, and that's what you're going to feel too when you're doing the enema. You're going to feel that movement. It's going to feel like cramps, but it's just getting that water in your intestines. You'll feel it while it's coming in your intestines, and now then the peristalsis of it trying to move it out because the water, that warm water, has started to break up some stuff. Okay, and what you got in the water is powerful. Like I said, you can have saline, you can have coffee, you can just have soapy water, you can have just plain water. Anything that's pushed up there into the intestines is going to start agitating in a good way your intestines to get that stuff out of your system. That's what you want. Okay, so, and it's going to increase the peristalsis. Okay, that's just merely the movement. Okay, the muscular movement of those muscles in your intestines contracting and getting that crap out of you. Clean the colon, and it's going to clean the colon and improve digestion. That's what the enema is going to do. It's going to clean that colon and it's going to improve your digestion. If you have irritable bowel syndrome, if you have Crohn's disease, I promise you, start doing these coffee enemas and you are going to see a major turnaround in your condition. I promise you. If you have reflux, it's going to make a difference in that. If you have eczema, if you have any of those things that I talked about earlier that's plaguing you, y'all. Did y'all hear me earlier? Let me go back to these notes real quick. If you have stuff going on in your system that is like, I can't get rid of this. What's going on with my skin? I'm having cystic acne. My face is breaking out. I feel nauseous. I can't sleep. Poor sleep, bloating, weight gain, headaches, brain fog, all this stuff. If you do these coffee enemas, I guarantee you your life is going to be turned around. You're not going to have these anymore. You're not going to have them anymore. Okay, let's keep going. So it eliminates toxins by up to 600%. This is the benefit of the coffee enema. It's going to eliminate toxins by up to 600%. And okay, so you can use that both ways, up to 600%. Basically, what it's going to do is going to boost this coffee enema, or any enemas, but I'm specifically talking about coffee enemas, is going to boost the liver action up to 600%. Okay, it's going to supercharge it. Okay, and what helps it is the caffeine. Okay, it improves mental clarity, so no more brain fog. Increases your energy, no more lethargy. Okay, you're not going to be lethargic anymore. You're not going to be like, man, I'm just so doggone tired. No, you're not going to be, because all that gunk that was in your gut, which is where most of our diseases lie or stem from, in our gut. So if you have a big belly, you got big issues. Before you have big issues, let's start taking care of our gut. Let's start exercising and getting that crap out. But exercising, if you have a big gut and you're still eating bad, is not going to do nothing for you. Let's not be deceived. You need to start improving your diet. Is that Captain? I'm going to get into that right in a minute, sweetie. Okay? I'm going to get into that right in a minute. Because Yvonne Yates asks, is that coffee decaf or caffeinated coffee? I'm going to tell you that in a minute, okay? So let me get through this, okay? So y'all look, and thank you for asking that, babe. I thank y'all for the questions. So keep it coming. If y'all have any questions, please. If you have any comments, appreciate you. If y'all enjoying what I'm doing, can y'all give me a thumbs up? If y'all enjoying what you're hearing, give me a thumbs up. Y'all, I'm gonna start coming back here every Sunday, okay? And if y'all have any suggestions on what y'all want me to do a live on, put it down in the comments. Let me know what y'all want to hear. Okay, I want to hear, and I'm going to study what y'all want me to study. Some of the things I probably will know. Some things, if I don't, I'm good with studying. I love what I'm doing, and I do it often, so it's no problem. Put in the comments. Let me know if y'all are enjoying this, and I need thumbs up. Put the thumbs up, okay? So again, y'all, benefits of coffee enema: cleans lower intestines, it restores proper bowel functions, it stabilizes your mood. So if you're a moody person and you've noticed that you've been really moody, maybe the last couple months, maybe a month, week, look at what you've been eating too. If you've been eating a lot of beef, and that stuff is in you and just sitting in you, if you've been eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of fast foods, and your moods is changing different. It might be changing because you got that stuff in you and you're not eliminating it fast enough so that it can, your system can be regulated. If you that stuff is sitting in your gut again, it's no good. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. All right, I need to see some more thumbs up. I ain't saying another word until I get some more thumbs up. I need to see these thumbs up because I need to know that y'all are hearing what I'm saying to y'all. Okay, I got to know that y'all are hearing me and that y'all are enjoying. You're enjoying what I'm giving to you all. Okay, please give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that this is not all in vain. Okay, I need thumbs up. I got it. Also, please. Okay, no problem. Y'all, I do have a link for those who want to have a personal consultation with me. The link is on this page, okay? Is that Candalee? Please hit me up. Give me some work to do. Let's get it, y'all. I need to get the lights up. Okay, come on. Thank you, baby. Excuse me, y'all. So that coffee enema, y'all, it'll stabilize the moods. Okay, it'll restore proper bowel functions, and that's what we need. It flushes out bacteria. So when we talk about bacteria, that means also yeast. Okay, it's going to flush out that yeast in your system. It's going to get you back to normal flora in your gut. So the good bacteria. It's going to restore digestive tissue. It's going to strengthen your immunity. It's going to do a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, when it strengthens your immunity, that means what? You're not getting sick as much. You're not feeling, like you're coming down with something. You're going to have less occurrences of your fever blisters. So like me, when I get sick, I start getting the fever blisters. That's not going to happen. It improves cellular regeneration. Okay, so it relieves digestive stresses. Okay, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's syndrome. It supports healthy inflammation levels in your body. It gets rid of fungus. A slew of things. Y'all hearing me? Y'all get with this enema. Get it done. Go home and get your enema kit, okay? Because this stuff is really good for you. When you start getting into these enemas and doing it on the regular basis, it's nothing. You're gonna be like, what? I have not done this, and look how I'm feeling. Like, you feel so much better, y'all. You feel so much better. I promise you do. I promise you, you're gonna feel so much better. Your mood is gonna change. The different things that is ailing you is not going to ail you anymore. You're going to be like, man, I feel so much better. Okay, I'm just kind of going over my notes of what I talked about and what I didn't. Okay, y'all, so now we're going to just kind of start talking about the different things that you need to do to get started with your enema. So you need a bag. You can either use a steel bag, not a steel bag, but like a steel, like if you were to look up right now on Amazon, there's like a steel kettle that you can use. And most people say, or some people say you can use that. It's better than just a plastic one. This is the one that I use. I got this from, I think, Walmart years ago. Actually, no, this is a recent one, probably about a year ago. Okay, and it comes with all the tubing and stuff like that. Okay, so basically, y'all, all y'all need is the coffee. And let me ask about the coffee. So this is the coffee that I use. First of all, it's dark roasted. Okay, but you see what this says? Organic. You want to use organic coffee. If you're going to use coffee, use organic. Now, have I used coffee that's not been organic? Yes, I have. It wasn't organic. And I'm not going to say it's bad for you, because it's still going to do what it's supposed to do. And it's still going to boost that liver by 600%. Okay? It's going to do what it's going to do. But organic liver is so much better for you, because non-organic coffee has pesticides in it, right? It's grown, with the beans and all that. It has pesticides. Okay, well, this does not, or has, let's just say, has least amount of pesticides in this. Okay, it's organically grown. It does not have it's not supposed to have pesticides, not even a trace of it. Now, does it? I didn't, no type of studies to see if it has it in all. But organic supposed to mean that it's organically grown water, okay, and whatever healthy, but not any pesticides. So you want to use organic because you are cleaning your body, your systems with it. So you don't want anything that really doesn't have, that still has pesticides and other things that's in those type of coffees, okay, just the general coffee. So, and this is single origin Sumatra ground coffee. Now I have gotten a bean, and I do have a bean, coffee bean grinder. So either way, you can get the bean, okay, or you can already get the ground coffee. This is already ground coffee, but it's organic, okay. And as far as your water is concerned, you want to use either spring water or I just had it in my spring water, some other type of water, y'all. I just had it in my doggone notes. I feel like I'm missing some notes. Where did they go? So y'all, if you don't want to go out and get spring water, say for instance, you got the coffee, but dang, I don't have the water. Boil your water. If you boil your water, you're fine. Boil your water and use that water to put in with your coffee, okay? Oh, y'all. Okay, I'm missing. Let me see. I didn't do something with my notes. Give me a second. Because again, either way, you know, and I really believe this. Either way, if you don't perchance have, you know, the organic coffee, it's not going to kill you to just use normal coffee. It really isn't. Okay, it's just not going to kill you. It's not going to do your body any harm. It's just so much better for your body. Okay, in ways we probably don't even know how to that it's going to benefit. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that if you don't use organic, then you're not doing the process right, because I don't believe that to be true. Yeah, I'm literally missing, and I ain't been nowhere. So maybe it's in the clipboard. Okay, y'all, I found them. Okay, I had them over there. So yeah, you want to use organic coffee material, okay? Oh, and so this is what we want to do. We want to set up how to prepare for enema. Let's get that. How to prepare for enema. So what we're going to do is we're going to boil some water if we don't have distilled water or spring water. Thank you, sis. Thank you. You said it just the same time. Okay, right. Okay, so if you don't have either, okay, then you boil your water. You can boil your water, and that's fine. Okay, we're going to have about 500 milliliters of coffee cooled at body temperature. Obviously, you all, we don't want to have boiling water going into us. Then we have what? Chitlins. Okay, I'm just joking. Okay, but seriously, right? Come on, you're going to damage yourself. So please don't, I'm going to try to get it as hot as I can, take it. No, let's not do that, because you're going to immediately be in major pain, and you should not be in any major pain when you are putting that water in. You'll feel it in your gut. You'll definitely feel it, but it should not be painful to where it's like, because it's too hot, because it's going to burn you right away. You're going to feel it in your rectum. Okay, so body temperature and even room temperature. And I like mine's warm, and usually I have mine nice and warm, and I have cold water. Honestly, if I just did my coffee, then I'll mix my cold water into my coffee, okay, into my coffee mix, okay. You can use the plastic enema kit like the one I showed you, or you can use the stainless steel one, okay. Again, you want to make sure that you choose a location. So most of the location is going to be in your bathroom, okay. You want to do it in your bathroom, and y'all do it like you're doing a pallet, like you just, make a pallet in your bathroom. Now, some will say, okay, you want to be in your bathroom just in case you have an accident. You don't want to be in your living room. You don't want to be in your bedroom floor. Be in the bathroom, and make it, put a blanket or comforter on the floor that you don't mind possibly getting some drippings from the coffee mixture from the bag, okay, on that comforter. You don't want to get your real nice ones. But I make it nice and cozy. So some people might be like, girl, you're doing too much. No, I'm not. I'm cleaning my body and I want to be comfortable while I'm doing it. Okay. So here's the plug. This is where obviously you put your 500 milliliters of coffee and water in here. Okay. And I fill this up. So it's bloated. It's nice and filled. Okay. And this is the top, obviously, that closes it. Okay. And you want this at least 1 meter above you or 3 feet above the ground, okay? Because gravity is going to help to bring that stuff all the way down to you, okay? And you're going to take this plug and you're going to insert this right here, obviously, because you want to plug that up. Once you get your fluids in here, you're going to plug this cord in here, because this is the cord that's going to extend all the way to from maybe your shower pole. I mean, not your shower pole, but your pole that you hang your nice shower curtains up. I usually hang it up there, and then it's going to go down to me. Okay, so it's going to be enough room for it to go down to me. Then you have this right here. This is what's going to be inserted into your anus. Okay, and you can lube it up. I usually use coconut oil. You can use Vaseline, whatever is easier for you. I just use coconut oil because I think it's better. Okay, coconut oil to put all around here, and this is what you're going to insert. Okay, after every application, you want to make sure that it's clean, that you clean this thoroughly. Okay, because you don't want to not clean it thoroughly. Next time you do give yourself an enema, this is nasty. That means bacteria and stuff has been built up on here. You take this and you put it right here, in here like this. Excuse me, y'all see that? Okay, that's in just like that. And this is how it should look, right? And this is going to go into you. This is how long, this is a nice long hose. Okay, so where you're laying on your right side, and why are you laying on your right side? Tell me why you are laying on your right side. I'm asking. So put in the comments for those who I'm saying, why are you laying on your right side? Why not your left? Why right? I want somebody to tell me, why are you laying on your right side instead of your left? Okay. Okay, so you're getting comfortable and you're laying on your right side. Okay. And you're going to slowly insert the fluids. This right here has a release valve. You see this? I'm getting the camera right here. So you determine how fast and slow this goes out. Okay, because it clamps it. You see what it's doing? When I push down on there, it's clamped it. When I release it, all the fluids can pour right into it. Okay, it's not as clamped like that. But when I clamp it, and if I clamp it down all the way, now it's going to stop all the fluids. So you will begin to feel your intestines fill up, and so so always have this in your hand while it's filling up, because if you feel like it's too much, stop it. Just stop. Okay, because you are in control of this. This is what you control. Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. Evan Gates got it. Yvonne, I'm sorry. Yvonne Gates, I'm sorry, sweetie. The liver is on the right side. Yes, ma'am, she got it. That's why, because we are trying to detoxify the liver. So the liver is what is, your right side is why you are laying. It's why you're laying on your right side, because that's where your liver is. Okay. And this is going to, from your intestines to the your hepatic nerve, to your gallbladder, to your liver, baby. This is going to do it. This coffee enema is going to, that coffee, that caffeine is going to stimulate some movement with the warm coffee. Okay, and like I said, it's the same effect with water. If you just use water, if you use apple cider vinegar, some of it hits even more in a different way. Okay, and we won't talk about that at some other point, like the different ones and how they hit. But this coffee enema is specifically really, really good for boosting the liver in so many ways. Okay, and some of the illnesses and things that I said that we could be plagued with helps with that. Okay, y'all. So you can do this enema. Some have done this enema once or twice a day. It's not going to hurt you if it does. And I've read all the contradiction stories and all the pros and cons of people saying you should not even do this at all. It's a whole lie. Back in the 1980s, there was a medical encyclopedia called the Merck. and in it it said that this coffee enemas are good for you. Now they since have taken it off. You don't hear none of that good stuff anymore of why um, coffee enemas are good for you, because baby, they don't want you to know that right hanging in your closet, I mean in your bathroom, is the remedy to a lot of what's ailing you. They want you to go to the doctor so the doctor can tell you, no, let's just remove part of your intestines. It's just damaged. It's full of this and that. When you can clean it out, and then all the other stuff that you might be dealing with, you'll see those things dissipate and or you're cured from. Stop. There's a reason why they moved it from the medical dictionary. Coffee enemas. They work. It's a cure. Dr. Max Gerson used it to cure his patients from cancer. If you ain't got you don't got cancer, and I'm telling you that it can do these things, and you don't have cancer, stop it. You're going to feel so much better. Y'all, 1 or 2 times a day or 1 or 2 times a month. You pick. Sometimes maybe if you eat a lot of bad foods and you need a good flush, then do it. I try to do it at least twice a month. I'm working, and so I'm busy a lot of times. I'm going to do my enema tonight. I think I did mine 2 weeks ago, the last one. Should you only put in as much solution as you can take? Yes. So I would say fill up the bag, but when you start to, put it in you and you start controlling this, when you feel like you can't take anymore, then stop. You don't want to overload yourself, because then it's going to be hard to keep the fluid in, because that's the challenge. Once it's in you, you're going to feel your gut filling up. Stop it when you feel like, okay, when you feel that cramping, almost like the cramping when you got to go to the bathroom real bad. Just stop it though. Stop it before it gets to the point when you start feeling. Just close it. Lay on your right side and try to keep it in for at least, I keep mine in for at least 15 minutes, no longer. If you are first starting this and you're new to this, try to see if you can keep it in for 5 minutes, okay, on your right side. If after 5 minutes you're doing good, try to keep it in for 10 minutes. If after 10 minutes you still can hold it in and you don't have a lot of the cramps going on, then keep it in for 15 and then dispel it. If you can't do it before, halfway find that book, Ernestine. You can't find that book nowhere. And if you do find it, then they didn't take it from the book, but they don't produce that book anymore. Okay, and that was in the medical dictionary, a medical encyclopedia that basically told about cures, natural cures. So no, they didn't republish it, and now they're saying, they even telling you don't drink castor oil. Now, how many times have you, with some of y'all growing up, your parents gave you a teaspoon of that? Now, why is it all some bad? Don't do it. Stop. They don't want us to be cured. They don't want us to be better. Okay, let me get back to it. Got to hold it in from 5 to 15 minutes. Yes, because every 3 minutes it cycles into this fluid cycles into your liver. So we wanted to cycle in our liver as many times as it can be cycled. Okay, so if you can keep it in for 3 minutes, good. If you can keep it in for 5, even better. 10, even better. 15, you're good. Okay, it's fine. Some people you're gonna have to gradually get there, because you put it in right away, you feel something. Now, what I do, if I start feeling cramps, 5 minutes in, I just get up on my fours, on my legs, my fours, right? Okay, my knees, and I breathe. It's almost like having a baby for those who've had babies, or not. If you haven't had a baby, let me tell you something. Deep breathing works for pain and otherwise. Take a deep breath in. Those cramps will go away. They will go away. Okay? And then you can lay right back on your right side and you're good. How many tablespoons of coffee? I do it almost like, because I got an old coffee maker with the bag, the filter bag. I put as much coffee as I would for if I'm making 6 cups of coffee. Now, it's up to you how much, but that's what I do. Okay, and I don't put all that coffee in here because obviously I got to share it with some water, but I still make it so I can put it in the refrigerator and save it for the next time I'm going to use it, which is very soon. I don't have it in there for weeks and weeks at a time because the potency is probably not as good, and you don't want it to get rancid even if it's in the refrigerator. Oh, is the water going to be hot, warm, or cold? It's going to be temperature, room temperature. or body temperature. It's up to you, but you test it obviously with your hands, with your fingers and hands, because you don't want it to be, you don't, I'm just gonna pour it in here and it's got steam coming out of it, and then now this bag is too hot. If you touch this bag and that bag is too hot because of whatever liquid, be it coffee or your water is too hot, you don't want that in you. That is too hot. You will damage your innards. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Wait till your coffee is warmed, and wait till, if you boiled your water, wait till the water's warm. Or if you have cold water, just sit in the refrigerator because you want your coffee hot and brewed, and you're going to put it in here, then put it in here, but make sure you put that cold water right behind it. And then you still want to test it with your fingers to make sure, test it with your fingers, because I put my fingers in here, mix that water together, then mix it, and then I push it up to see is it warm enough, because I'm not trying to have no problems by cleaning out my liver, and now I got intestinal problems because the water was too hot. I didn't cook my intestines. Let's be smart about it. Okay, yeah. Do you feel dehydrated after using the enema? I generally don't, but you need to put electrolytes back into your body. So if you have any type of sports waters, and I have to get on that because you want specific sport water that doesn't have the fake sugar that has electrolytes in it. Yes, you do want to put that back in your body. Also, the green tea with honey is good for you. Okay, and I buy it at Aldi's. There's a case if y'all know what I'm talking about. That green tea is really good for you. Chug that after you do the enema. Okay, most of the time I'm not thirsty though. I'm not thirsty because I'm pretty hydrated anyway throughout, the week, the day. I drink a lot of water, drink a lot of fluids. I do my juices, my smoothies. Okay, so that keeps you hydrated. But you do want to replenish those electrolytes, and that's what I'm going to say too, that you need to drink your water. Afterwards, make sure you have a bunch of cruciferous, and cruciferous vegetables are like broccoli, bok choy, mustards. It's a lot of good greens that you want to go ahead and eat. Not right after, because if you're doing it late, you ain't about to. You probably ain't even gonna feel like, eating, anything. If anything, you probably just want to drink something and then you want to go to bed and relax. Okay, but cauliflower, cabbage, kale, bok choy, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, garden cress, and mustards, and arugula are good cruciferous greens. And cruciferous greens are just leafy green, and even though cauliflower is not green, but it's that roughish too. Part of the cruciferous kind of nature of cruciferous vegetables is what you want, okay, to eat afterwards, and be it tomorrow morning or for dinner the next day, whatever, next couple of days, okay. But you do want to do it that way, y'all. This stuff is good, and I gotta go. But at the end of the day, please, y'all, go and get your coffee enema. Go and get your enema kit. It's only like, I think it's my $7.99. It's not even a lot of money, y'all. Y'all can go out there and get an enema today. And if you want a detailed video on how to do it, then I can do that as well. But I guarantee you, if you look it up on YouTube, it's so simple. It's not hard at all. And again, I use coconut oil for the tip to insert it, okay? You want to be careful when inserting. You want to lubricate yourself, okay, and you want to lubricate this, okay. So lubricate the outside of yourself, and you want to lubricate this part too, okay. And be gentle with sliding it within yourself, okay. I know I'm talking to adults, but this is Facebook too, and I don't want them to be like, you're explicit with how you're saying it. So you get what I'm saying, okay? Be careful. Don't jam it. Just be clear. Slowly put it in and slowly release the fluids, okay? Lay on your right side, not on your left side, your right side, and try to hold it in for as long as you can. Don't be upset with yourself if you cannot hold it in no longer than 15 minutes. You just starting. If this might be new to your system, if you can't hold it in but for 3 minutes, then that's fine. 5 minutes, it's fine, okay? Give yourself a break, expel it, and do it some more until the bag is empty. Now, if you go and you're like, I can't take no more, then okay, just empty the bag. You're done. Nobody's forcing you. This is all for your good and your comfortability. This is in the privacy of your home. But I'm saying make it cozy. Put your pallet down, put your pillow, and have something to distract you. I usually am, I think the last time I was actually on the phone with my guy, talking to him. And if I needed to take a break to breathe a little bit, I'm like, hold on, babe. And I'm sure he's hearing me take a break. That means them cramps was getting to me. Okay, I wanted to expel, but it wasn't time. I look at a show. If I'm not talking to him, that was the first time actually I talked to him. But I was looking at. Usually, I look at a show, and the time that I finish putting it in, I start right there. Say, okay, just put it in. So 15 minutes from now, and so I let the show distract me. Now again, if during the show, up to 15 minutes, I have a major cramp, then I'm going to breathe, do some breathing, okay? And generally it goes away, okay? We'll be waiting until you get back next Sunday, right? Yes, I'll be back next Sunday. I'll come up with something else. Y'all didn't tell me what y'all want me to talk about. Put your suggestions in, okay? I'm going to probably come up with something already, but put your suggestions in at least for future talks, okay? I appreciate you all. So yeah, y'all, this is pretty simple. But you already heard all the benefits that comes with, cleaning your liver. With this coffee enema, it does so much good for you if you're just plagued with high blood pressure. I'm talking about diabetes and all this other stuff, y'all. I'm telling you, start doing this on the regular basis and you're going to see your life change. You really will. Don't hurt yourself. Be gentle with yourself. But this right here is a game changer because, again, and I've said on a lot of my videos, a lot of the things that we're suffering from starts and stems from our guts. If we can clean our guts out, if we can clean our intestines out as often as we can, within reason, obviously, then we're helping our system to stay purified. We're helping our liver. We're boosting our liver even more so that it can purify and cleanse our blood that runs through our bodies and help to filter all the toxins out of our bodies, okay? So y'all, it's been great talking with you. I am over time. I'm surprised this thing didn't cut off on me. But thank you again for coming here. Please, you all, if you all have any problems, any illnesses, anything that you want to talk about, your sister is trying to build a business. So I need you all to come and support a sister. I mean, this is how I will be making my money, and I need you all to start sending people my way. If you're good and you don't need my help, that's great and that's dandy. But I need the support of my community to come and seek me out. I have my my link on this page as to call in and let me know what's going on. There are specific hours I have on there that I'm not available like I was before I started working. I'm working honestly to pour into my business and to do other things. So once this starts taking off where I don't have to, be working this 9 to 5, some of that a lot of it is going to come from you all telling, your family, your friends, your significant others, and you all, people that send them to me so that sister can start generating money so that I can put out more videos and then I can be able to have more time to focus on studying and helping people get better. Okay. Y'all, once again, please share this video. I will be back next Sunday and we'll have another great topic to talk about. Come and bring, your family members. Let them know that I'm doing this, and I'm just, y'all, I have a passion for the people. Okay, I've had a passion for the people since I started in the medical field. Again, I've been working in the medical field since I was in the military, and it just stemmed out. I love people. I love to hear their stories, but I love to see them well. I love to see them living life to the fullest in the most healthiest of ways, and trying to encourage them, teach them, show them how we don't have to be on this medication that has so many different side effects that's damaging our organs, our bodies, and things like that, where you can go to the herbs and the spices and the roots and the leaves and the barks and things of nature that God has given us to heal your bodies. And that's what I'm here for. Love you all. Thank you all for taking the time to be with me. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you so much. And until we meet again, thank you all. And you all be well. Thank you. It's spring water and distilled water, sis. Either one. Okay? You can use spring water or distilled water. Okay. Thank you all.